Hello everyone and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope that those little Hattie purrs made it all the way to your ears. She saw what I was setting up for and she jumped right into my lap and started purring. Yes, you did. So welcome. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. If you're new here, go ahead and click the live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself, set any intentions for your greater healing good or your greater well-being. We're going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And then after that, we'll transition into a lovely healing session where I will send Reiki to you wherever you are and whenever you happen to be watching. If you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to learn more about my one-on-one distance sessions and tarot readings, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description below, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So, oh hey, and I hear we have a Gertie. Yeah, Gertie, what's going on? Oh, are you two gonna fight for my lap again? It's getting old. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start building that beautiful crystal grid, and thank you all so much for being here. Awesome. So let's see. Let's just rebalance everything here. The cats were up on the desk. Yes, they were. There we go. So as usual, we have our mirror here that helps to reflect and deflect any negative energy. And the copper helps to break up any blockages and get the optimal flow of energy going. So let's go ahead. We'll say hello to Still Not Still, Tabs, Chris, Joanna, Patty and Key, Renee, Flower, Omi, I hope you're doing well. Oh my goodness, you're a mama again, I believe, by now. And yeah, it's so good to see you all. Okay, so let's dive in. Still Not Still, I did peek in a little earlier. I have done a little bit more research on stones for chronic fatigue, and two that came very highly recommended by someone I trust, I have right here. Gotcha. And also extreme insomnia and exhaustion. Gotcha. We can bring that in. Okay, cool. Good stuff. So we'll bring in some amber for you too. So let's start with those two stones I researched that help with chronic fatigue. So the first is bloodstone, which also goes by heliotrope. So not only is this helpful for chronic fatigue, this is also one of my more favorite emotional first aid type stones. This is really helpful when you have an emotional hit that just kind of shakes the earth beneath your feet, or so it seems. Helpful for emotional perseverance through difficult times, wonderful for relieving self-doubt, and also for quieting our mind, especially during meditation or any kind of spiritual work. So I will bring this in. Let's see, so that is bloodstone, also goes by heliotrope. And it looks like, just getting set up earlier, as much as I rolloed all of the cat hair off of me, it seems that we have found more. The other stone that can help with chronic fatigue is dioptase, which all of you have been really enjoying lately. So this can not only help with that, it also helps with just releasing self-neglect, like when you're just under a lot of stress and you're just not taking care of yourself, this is a stone to reach for. It helps with better self-care, being in the present moment, and attracting a good love and romance match. Helpful too for inner ear stability. If you feel dizzy, if you're having any vertigo type symptoms, this is thought helpful. Also for that, leopard skin jasper and lapis. This is also wonderful for the cardiac, heart, blood pressure, IBS, constipation, ulcers, and making just generally healthier choices and healthier habits in your life. Can also bring a lot of vitality as well as balance and emotional stability. So I think that this hits on a few notes for you. So that is dioptase. I'm also going to bring in amber. This is thought to help with things like depression and seasonal affective disorder, as well as softening rigid beliefs, attitudes. Helps too with creativity and with attracting lasting love. Wonderful for tooth pain. It's been used for teething for centuries. Helpful too for emotional blocks, releasing negativity, bringing in good luck, and also it's thought really protective. Helpful too for any kind of mental emotional issues that are present. If you're dealing with any kind of underlying mental health issues, this is thought to be supportive. And of course, I always say this in every stream, so always bears repeating. I don't see anything I do as a replacement for anything else. I feel like what I do is a beautiful complement and a really supportive complement to whatever you might be doing, but nothing here replaces medications or any other kind of therapy, be it modern, natural, old, new. But I'm here with the limited tools that I have with Reiki and crystals to support all of you in whatever your intentions are. It's just, I'm not the person who's going to say to throw away your meds. I am not that healing arts person at all. So I hope you all are doing well, and let's see what else we can do for Still Not Still. Amber will help the general positive brain too. And also for insomnia and exhaustion. Insomnia, malachite is often thought helpful. Malachite's generally helpful for a lot of other things. It's wonderful for processing really deep, difficult emotions so that you can leave the past behind and move forward a little bit more easily. It also definitely helps with things like insomnia. It's thought helpful for arthritis, general inflammation and pain, as well as depression, anxiety, and phobias as well. Definitely phobias, particularly fear of flying. It's also really connected with the Archangel Raphael. So that is malachite. So we'll see where that ends up in our grid, but I hope that lands well with you. I hope that brings some relief your way. Lots of love. Good to see you, Still Not Still. It always is. So good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see who else has come in. Hey, Shell Bell. Cat hair on your clothes is all the rage. I find those are my kind of people. Renee, you are not wrong. When I worked long before I started my business, like back when I was in my mid-20s, I was working at a piercing shop just south of South Street in Philadelphia. And, all the tattoo artists wear black. It hides all the ink. So it's perfect choice. But of course, black shows all the pet hair. No matter how many times we use the little rollies and scrapers and all those things, you can always tell the good people by the people who have the most pet hair on their clothes. I couldn't agree more. That's also one of my favorite that's also one of my favorite pieces of life advice to anyone young is when you're looking for an apartment, look for one that's pet friendly. Even if you don't have pets, your neighbors are probably going to be nicer. Flower celebrating 25 days in a row out of bed. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Hooray. Oh, and lots of love for your whole clan, including Little Tree. Lots of love. Oh, it's so good to be here. And I'm loving all the cheering on and support you all show each other. Seriously, that means so much to me. Okay, so tabs. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so tabs, you're going to be watching this later. It's all good. Get some rest. Energy, focus, divination, tarot reading, motivation, new clients, and self-soothing. Absolutely. Oh, and thank you for leaving the gratitudes. I appreciate that. So let's bring energy and focus. Tarot readings for others. Let's see. Let's do Sapphire and Super 7. Awesome. And bringing in new clients. So let's start with bringing in new clients. So this is, I'll actually start with this one. So Cinnabar. Cinnabar is the red that you see in this specimen here. Notice I'm not exactly touching it directly. That's because it's mercury. Be very careful with Cinnabar. Even if you purchase it looking like this, which is often called Cinnabrite, essentially it's just those teeny little red dots that are actual Cinnabar. The rest is quartz. It's a lot safer to handle, etc. Mercury has been used by humans for thousands of years for various different things. We still use it for a lot of things. I mean, the CFL light bulbs had mercury in them. But essentially, mercury and Cinnabar specifically has been thought to help attract customers to a business for thousands of years. And so it's very much seen as the merchant stone in the classical sense. So I'll bring that in. I hope that attracts some new customers to your business. We'll put that intention in there for mine and for anyone else there. For doing tarot readings for others, one of my favorites is Sapphire. This is lovely for intuition and getting answers for people, especially through, but not limited to, but especially through channeling and mediumship. This helps us to be in contact with our guides, our angels, and to help find the best way of conveying the messages we have in a way that will be most meaningful to our querent. Helpful too for speedy justice, supporting the eyes, ears, and thyroid. Thought helpful for those with dementia as well as those who care about and for them. And great too for just like kind of keeping optimistic, visualizing a good positive outcome when things are really up in the air. So that is Sapphire. Another stone that's really helpful for tarot readings and anything else you can possibly think of that has to do with intuition is Super 7. This has 7 different stones in it. And this was a beautiful gift from Chris. So thank you, Chris. But this helps with any kind of intuition, whether it's tarot reading, scrying, mediumship, getting messages in dreams, however you connect intuitively, this will help boost it. Also really helpful for working towards larger goals, your bigger dreams, your long-term plans. Wonderful for strengthening your energy field and also helping to cultivate a sense of inner peace and harmony. Helpful too for healing any past life and past life and karmic issues that may be coming up in the present. And also wonderful for connecting with the earth and doing any kind of healing for the ecology of the earth. So that is Super 7. And for focus and energy, one of our favorites, this is Bumblebee Jasper. High amounts of arsenic as well as sulfur in this one, so do be careful with this. It helps definitely with energy, vitality, mental focus, and this sort of motivation of wanting to get into the work and wanting to get things done. It can also be a little bit infectious to help like impact the other people working with you on collaborative things. Helpful too for empowering manifestation, balancing yin and yang in the body, and just general positivity and confidence. So that is Bumblebee Jasper. So there we go. So good to see you. I hope you have a great shift. And let's see what we've got going on here. Oh, it's so good to see you all. Let's bring in a couple of the requests from Chris. Let's start with rhodochrosite. Leopard skin jasper. We got malachite. Bring in rose quartz. Selenite. So let's start with some rose quartz. We're all pretty familiar with rose quartz, and we all know that it very much connects to the heart center. This is a stone that is exceptional if you feel just emotionally depleted and need some tender love and care. Also really helpful if you're moving towards better relationship patterns, if you're healing the underlying things that can lead to not healthy relationships, if you are working towards seeing yourself as lovable and deserving love without condition. Rose quartz can be really, really helpful. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Okay, and selenite helps to reflect nothing but pure white light, which helps us to connect with our guides and angels, but also helps to clear our energy fields. It can help to clear the energy of crystals or anything else that we put it on or near as well. Definitely do not try to cleanse selenite with water. You will harm it. But this is lovely for almost setting like an energetic boundary, you know? It's so helpful that I actually always keep a nice big piece just out of camera shot for all of you. Leopard skin jasper. This is helpful for supporting the health and healing of our animal companions, including Eva, Chris's dog. Lovely too for attracting a soulmate, for healing anything impacting the skin, and it's also thought really helpful for coordination and balance. So that is leopard skin jasper. There we go. Awesome. Rhodonite is really helpful for anything impacting the lungs, as well as asthma, allergies, and anything autoimmune. All of those are me. So I work with this stone a lot. Rhodonite's also really helpful with healing a broken heart and opening your heart to love again. It's helpful for healing the impacts of past emotional abuse, and lovely too for helping you work through insecurities. Wonderful for balancing yin and yang in the body as well. So let's go ahead and bring in rhodonite. Okay. And rhodochrosite is also helpful for the lungs and asthma, as well as stress headache. This is one that can also help Tabs's request for support around tarot reading. This can help empower intuitive connection, especially connection to ancestors and crossed over animal companions that we've lost. Helpful too for things like telepathy, shamanic journeying. Also great for the heart and circulation, and for healing wounds around the maternal line, and especially connection to motherly type energies around you, all those kinds of things that might need some healing. So that is rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite is pink and white. Rhodonite is pink and black. So, and I will come back for the rest of your requests too. Thank you for being here. I hope you're doing well. I hope Ava's doing well. Goddess of Four, good to see you. Kath, Lila Ray, Christina, wonderful to see you too. Cinnabrite's not man-made. Cinnabrite's not man-made. A lot of times if you look for things that are made out of cinnabar, either they'll be wicked old or they'll be made out of lacquer, which once we started to realize how dangerous mercury was, it was largely replaced with red lacquer. And that's why you'll see cinnabar was really big throughout China to be turned into jewelry. So when they saw how dangerous it was, how dangerous it is not just even to wear, but to work with it, like carving it and things like that, it's super dangerous. So that's when they switched over to red lacquer. So a lot of times if you shop online and you're looking for cinnabar jewelry, a lot of times that will be lacquer. You'll have to kind of check and see. But this here is like the natural stuff. Cinnabrite is basically when you have little bits of cinnabar that are within quartz. Quartz always helps to boost the energy of any crystal around it. So using something like this would just be a lot safer to handle and have in your house than is, you know, that. Because even the lapidary who gave me this as an example, they gave me a nice piece to hold it by that isn't so much mercury. So yeah. But yeah, a lot of times if you go on eBay and you look up Cinnabar jewelry, you're going to find mostly, if not all, lacquer. Unless it's really old antiques, then you might see it being the actual genuine article. But it's also really sensitive to light and things like that too. Yeah. Wow, Flower, it's been almost 3 years you've been mostly in bed. I'm so sorry, and I'm so grateful to see you up and about. That's wonderful. Awesome. Hey, Allie. Okay, thank you, Allie. Awesome. Thank you, thank you. And let's see, who was next? Renee was next. Hope all of you are doing this evening. May I have something for an uplifting mood? Yes. Lepidolite. Lepidolite is lithium mica. Yes, lithium, like the mental health prescription. Yep. Another one to be careful with. Well, you can handle it just fine. Don't put it in water and drink it. Yes, there are people on YouTube saying to do that. Please don't do that. Yes, it is used internally, and it can have paradoxical or reverse effects on some folks. So, yeah. In any case, you will find more lepidolite in the marketplace now because it's being mined a lot. We're mining lithium for lithium batteries. Same stuff. This is lovely for calming, soothing, understanding the emotions. It helps to highlight patterns and beliefs that are causing us more pain than they are providing assistance. And it also helps with discernment, but it's lovely for anything mental health related, whether it's simply a boost in mood or something more like codependency, obsessive thoughts. It's also really often suggested for things like addictions, but it's lovely too for joint health and even weight loss. So that's lepidolite. So that is, we'll put that around here and here. There we go. So yeah, lithium, mica, lepidolite. It's an awesome stone to work with. The energy of it is so gentle and loving. There's just no need to take it internally unless you're really working with somebody who knows what they're doing. It's not a DIY. I'm all about the DIY, but maybe not that one. But I hope that that helps. And thank you for being here, Renee. And let's get some of Key's requests. So we got dioptase for you. Let's do red tiger eye, tiger iron. Red tiger eye, tiger iron. Sugilite. I might have to spend some time looking for sugilite unless it pops up. Okay, well, we'll start here for now. And we'll go tree agate, fuchsite, and chevron amethyst. We'll start there. So chevron amethyst is thought helpful for pain and tension just throughout the body, but it's also really helpful for tolerance of others, to support any kind of degenerative disease. And as far as intuition goes, this is lovely. This helps with our clairvoyance, our spiritual sight, everything from journeying to visionary meditation, channeling even, but anything, or even scrying, anything with using kind of like your spiritual sight. This is really helpful for. Also for manifesting can be lovely. So that is chevron amethyst. Fuchsite is lovely for fun. and allowing yourself to have fun and not feel bad about it. My Capricorn self is like, yes, more of this, please. This is also really great, as one would imagine, for helping support inner child work, as well as carpal tunnel, spinal alignment, and sleep disturbances. So this can also help still not still. So we'll put some fuchsite here and here. We'll see where this ultimately lands as the grid takes shape. Tree agate is sacred in Ayurveda, and it helps balance the body, mind, and spirit in really intense ways, regardless of what is out of balance and what's needed to bring it back into alignment. This stone is thought to be really helpful for the chakras, nadis, koshas, and doshas. Lovely too for dissolving ego, connection with inner peace, and for the nervous system, both the actual physical nervous system as well as the emotional nervous system. Helpful too for just noticing and healing any bad habits or anything that's getting in your way. And it's lovely too for making new connections. So that is tree agate. Tiger iron. That's tiger eye with hematite, and on occasion also red jasper. This helps with relieving fatigue, so this will also help still not still. It boosts energy, it brings emotional balance and clarity of thought. It helps too with if you struggle with boundaries and taking on the heaviness of others, taking on the trouble and the worries of others. This is really lovely to help support that sense of self and kind of keep that separate. Lovely too for nervous kids and animals, for balancing the root and solar plexus. The root chakra is our center of personal safety, physical needs, fear, safety, everything groundedness, everything about our physical existence and survival and thriving on the physical reality, everything about all of that most basic stuff. Solar plexus is more your center of self-identity and how you step into the world saying, this is me and this is what I want to do. So this helps with balancing that. It's also lovely for creativity. So that's tiger iron. And let me just put these away. Next, we've got some red tiger eye, and this is very helpful for manifesting financial abundance in a hurry. Oh, it looks like my camera froze again. There we go. So red tiger eye, again, this really helps with manifesting financial abundance in a hurry, and also with keeping bullies at bay. That's whether that's the mundane, like causing trouble, causing drama, causing, slander, all that kind of stuff, all the way down to malevolent spiritual work. This is protective for both. So that is red tiger eye. So there we go, there we go. There we go. Awesome. And let's also bring in a couple more of yours. Let's bring in smoky quartz. Septarian, epidote, green onyx. Green onyx is lovely for grief and sadness. It can really help replenish your emotional center when you feel just bereft. It's lovely too for moving forward despite emotional pain, and it can be really helpful for making decisions, especially decisions that are in alignment with your highest good, especially where emotional factors are what's making the decision-making process so difficult. So that is green onyx. Septarian helps with supporting the solar plexus chakra that we just talked about. So this can help you to kind of search your inner self and do what's often referred to as shadow healing. That's when we look at the parts of ourselves that we're less proud of and maybe don't even realize are there. It helps us to see what we're dealing with in a way that it can kind of help illuminate the ways in which we're holding ourselves back. It's also wonderful for being vulnerable in that process and helping to understand the underlying causes of what's going on in your life. So underlying causes of behaviors, beliefs, habits, all of the above. Lovely too for your center of identity. So if you're struggling with an identity crisis, more like, who am I and what do I want? I've been thinking about what everyone else wants of me so long I don't know what I want. Septarian's a lovely stone for that, as is yellow calcite. So let's put that here. So that is Septarian. Epidote helps with recovery from injury and illness. Also really lovely for helping shift the way that you speak to yourself. If your internal monologue is mean to you, or if you yell at yourself, or you catch yourself demeaning yourself, this is helpful to break that habit. And I have a lot of experience in working with it that way. It's lovely for that. Also helps with connection to the fairy realm and helpful for the nervous system and skin, as well as the brain. This is usually thought as helpful for folks with Parkinson's, but I have no experience with using it that way. So I only know secondhand. So there we go. So that is Epidote. Smoky quartz is very protective. It was used back as far as the Middle Ages, at least, to protect property from theft. It helps to shift energy and fundamentally change it for the better. It helps to calm worry and break down energy blockages so that you can move them out. It's helpful too for maintaining a sense of hopefulness in really difficult times. Lovely for anyone that's dealing with chronic pain or that needs a little bit more flexibility, whether that's physical flexibility in the body or mental flexibility, being open to new viewpoints and ways of thinking. And if you're going to be around people that maybe don't have the most open-minded history, this might help facilitate a good conversation. So that's smoky quartz. Awesome. And I'll bring in, I'm just going to set these aside. I'll bring them in as we go through. Okay, cool. Awesome. And I will come back for the rest of yours. Okay. Okay, I'll bring in as many of yours as I possibly can. I'll probably get to all of them. I don't see why I wouldn't. Hello, Ingrid. Welcome in. Oh, awesome. Good to have you. Hey, Mary. Good to see you. Yay for starting Reiki 1 this week. I'm excited for you, too. Awesome. Let's see. Okay, so who was next? Oh, hey, the Gelguire. Good to see you. Oh, it's wonderful to see you. Okay. Joanna Sparkles. So intentions, positivity, confidence, moving forward, all towards spiritual productivity. Love it. Please and thank you, Danielle. Oh, you're super welcome. So let's see. Positivity, confidence. Gotcha. Okay. So let's start by bringing in some yellow calcite for you. This will definitely bring in the positivity, the confidence, and moving forward in alignment with what you know to be in alignment with what you want in life and what's important to you. This is a stone that helps us to release any feelings of need for approval of others and helps to set priorities based on your wants, needs, and desires. It's also lovely for boundaries, helps with self-identity, everything with the solar plexus, which is how we want to show up in life. And lovely, so much confidence, so much optimism. So that is yellow calcite. So we'll put that right near the Septarian. And we'll see how this all kind of figures out as we keep going. Let's do that works. Another one I think that'll support Your request is Larimer. This helps with empowering our spiritual purpose and helping us feel secure in having confidence in our unique way of approaching our spiritual path. Everyone's spiritual path is unique, and it's not already worn. It's not like we're showing up to a path and walking it. We're breaking that path, and we need a lot of confidence. And this is something that can help us feel like we're in the right place. It's a good thing to go ahead and innovate and think of new ways of connecting, because that's exactly what we're here to do. So this helps to it also helps to separate ego from self when it comes to spiritual work, which is really, really helpful for good balance. So that is Larimer. And this is only found in the Dominican Republic. There we go. So I hope that helps, Joanna. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. It's great to see you. Yeah, Patty, it's been, I've had to really do some digging for like good resources on what stones might help chronic fatigue. So I'm glad that I'm able to find the info. And the Gelguire, let's see what we can do for you. Setting intentions for relief from fibro pain injury in your right foot. Okay, and it's cool if you're here in spirit, or if you set your intentions and go have a cup of tea and relax, whatever feels right to you. But let's definitely do pain and injury in the right foot. Let's do some howlite and also fibro. Okay, so for your foot, pain and inflammation, even arthritis, is helped by malachite. But let's bring in some howlite, lovely for joints and bones, whether it's a chronic ongoing thing or like an acute injury or dislocation or fracture. This is lovely. It's also thought to be helpful for strengthening the bones, which is another chronic issue I have. It helps too with releasing resentment, anger, and frustration, so that we can make well-balanced decisions in those times rather than simply being motivated by the volatility of those emotions. So that is howlite. And I also wanted to bring in, for fibromyalgia, the first I'm going to bring in is citrine. So not only does this help with fibromyalgia pain, it also aids in treating addictions and compulsions. It helps with nausea, and it's wonderful for manifesting financial abundance, helping to make good financial decisions, and it's lovely for balancing our sense of logic with our intuition. So that is citrine. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Finding actual natural citrine that's not heat-treated amethyst, that's baked essentially to make it look like citrine, is so hard. It barely exists. Ruby is also really helpful for fibromyalgia pain, as well as love, fertility, releasing fear, stopping nightmares, helping to create a space of financial abundance, and for making decisions. It's a lovely stone for the courage to be yourself, and it lends tons of support towards leadership and management types of roles. So that is ruby. So we will bring this in. And hey, guess who remembered to say it this time? If you haven't hit that like button already, please consider doing so. I deeply appreciate it, and thank you. And if you've already gotten cozy, it's fine. It's okay. So that is ruby. So feel better, the Gelguire. Good to see you. Shell Bell, you're just here for sharing the love, throwing the vibes out there. Oh, thank you. It's good to see you. Christina, heart and energy. Let's do that. So let's see. What's another good heartstone? Pink kunzite. Pink kunzite, and let's see, we've got a couple of good energy stones. Let's start with rutilated. Rutilated quartz, which is There we go. So if you look in these, you see that there's something in these crystals. It almost looks like hair. Those are rutils. This is thought to help focus energy wherever it needs to go in the body. And it's also thought to help focus mental acuity. Like if you feel very scattered mentally, this can be helpful. It's also thought to help boost physical energy. So I'm going to go ahead and bring that in. So that's rutilated. This has for several decades been thought of as a lovely talisman to give someone who's going through cancer treatments, as it's, the intention behind it is I hope that it sends all of the healing sessions and healing treatments that you're getting to go to the place in your body that they're the most helpful. And I hope that you get that boost of energy with it. But it's good for so many other things too. And for the heart, let's bring pink kunzite. And I'm assuming you're saying heart is in emotional heart. If it's cardiac heart, let me know. There's other stones for that too. But pink kunzite helps with compassion and also attracting commitment-based loving relationships. And it helps with healing a broken heart and opening our heart to love again after any kind of loss or breakup. Helpful for hormones, chemical sensitivities, and mild allergies. Helpful too for neuralgia, for new moms, and also sleepless babies. So that is pink kunzite. Whenever I hold this stone, I feel so close to the Kuan Yin. And she is the Bodhisattva of compassion. So there we go. That is pink kunzite. So good to see you, Christina. I hope you're doing well. Manifestation quartz for Lila Ray? Absolutely. So, as the name would suggest, manifestation quartz basically helps to boost anything that we're manifesting, sending it up to the heavens, helping the universe to kind of hear it. So consider this to be like a birthday candle in the grid for all of us. Everyone gets to make all the wishes we need. And I will put that right here. Good to see you, Lila Ray. I hope everyone's doing well in your family. Kath, you're looking for coping with grief, promoting good health. Oh, when you have a sinus infection. Okay. And raising energy and vibrations. Gotcha. So grief. General good health. And you have a sinus infection. And raising energy vibrations. Awesome. So I think I got it. So let's start with moss agate. This can help lift energy pretty well. It's also lovely for battling anything that's not supposed to be in the body that's running quickly. So that's things like viruses, bacterial infections, all of that. Also really helpful for releasing fears of the unknown. And it's helpful on the physical, mental, and emotional, as well as the spiritual levels. So this can be helpful if you're doing any inner child or higher self work. Lovely for connection to spirit and unconditional love. And every way that this can be supportive. So this is highly regarded in Chinese medicine for all of those reasons. So that's moss agate. So I hope that helps. Next is emerald, because this is lovely for things like lingering cold and upper respiratory infection, definitely the sinuses and things like that too. It also helps to invigorate our passions in life, helpful for restoring confidence about our appearance, especially for things that we tend to be very, very sensitive about, and also great for healing skin and tissue. So that is emerald. And for grief, I'm going to bring in jet. Jet is an incredibly potent stone for helping to heal grief, helping to cope with grief, helping to really process all of the emotions that come along with it at any point in your journey. Also helps with protection against the paranormal, the evil eye, all that kind of stuff. It's a very protective stone. And it also helps with anyone who is helping support someone who is near their transition of life and death. So hospice type situations, whether that's a loved one, friend, if that's your job, or if you have an animal companion that's getting closer to the end, jet can be helpful for all of them. And jet is actually fossilized wood, but a very specific type of fossilized wood. It's fossilized through very quick, intense heat, generally a volcano. So it's like quick death and rebirth kind of thing. So all the best to you, Kath. I hope you feel better, and lots of love to you. Yeah, y'all are talking about Lyme. Yeah, I know someone out here in West Philly out by me that's gotten Lyme disease twice, hanging out at the same graveyard here in West. And like a lot of folks coming in from outside the city be like, in the city? Really? Yeah, Philly's not that far from, anywhere else. Yeah, New York, Central PA, like there's a lot of places where Lyme is really, really prevalent, and it is a nasty disease. Ugh. No fun at all. It's one of those really pervasive ones. Let's see. Goddess of Four. Hey everyone, Healing Intentions puppies. So we've got leopard skin jasper in there, which helps with healing animals. I'm also going to bring in some desert rose selenite, which also helps with animal well-being, as well as men's health. Helps too with property and real estate, anything from finding a space to live to the paperwork and contracts associated with it. Helpful too for making big life changes, especially those big changes that have to happen not all at once, but like through slow, consistent efforts. Lovely for redefining ourselves, for dealing with upset stomach, acne, eczema, anything impacting the skin, helping to fight off viruses, and also perseverance in studies and in school. So that is Desert Rose Selenite. There we go. There we go. And weight loss, more energy, decluttering, fast money. You got it. So let's do Blue Apatite. We've got our fast money stone, but let's bring in some Blue Apatite. Blue Apatite helps with our relationship to food, as funny as it is that appetite is in the name. But yeah, it helps with our relationship with food, whether that's relating weight loss or disordered patterns around eating, or any way that we want to shift our relationship with food for any reason. This can help support it in a lovely, healthy way. It's also wonderful for learning about our soul's purpose and having the courage to act on it and move it forward, like taking those steps we need to make it a reality. Lovely for inner balance and harmony, as well as strengthening our energy field or aura. And if you're someone who feels that the term empath kind of fits for you, Blue Apatite is super helpful for that. Definitely helps to strengthen your energy field so you're less likely to take on the unwanted energy of everyone and everything elsewhere. For decluttering, let's start with some garnet. This can help with organizing, but also practicality, like the getting the most out of your time and effort and energy. Very much helpful with that. It's a very Capricorn stone. It is a January birthstone. Also helps with creativity and finding balance and also strength in really difficult times. But this can help you kind of like come up with the plan of attack and dive in, but it can also help you organize what you do have or what you do decide to keep, which can make decluttering a lot easier. So there we go with garnet. And another one to help with decluttering is dumortierite. Dumortierite is also lovely for general anger, frustration, resentment, all of those kinds of feelings. Helpful too for ligaments and tendons. I'm struggling with my patellar tendon right now. And so I could certainly appreciate this. It helps too with any situation that seems beyond hope. It can help to improve it. And it's lovely for standing up for yourself, helping to empower even nervous dogs, but it's lovely for tidiness. And so helping set that intention around tidiness might make it a lot easier to let go of certain things that you might not need. Helping with the declutter overall. So let's see. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and there we go. And there we go. So all the best to you, Goddess of Four. We've got Red Tiger Eye and Citrine in there for fast money. Community Crystal, something for a loving village. I was just looking for Sujolite earlier, and I don't know where it managed to run off to. That usually does it. Ah, I found it. Okay. So Sujolite. Now you can see why it was so hard to find. So Sujolite is lovely for bringing us up to our crown chakra and everything we would think aligned with that. So that's basically the awareness of the interconnectedness of everyone and everything. It's the enlightenment chakra. This can help with that awareness of we are all part of something. We are all interconnected. What we put into the universe, we get out of. What we take from the universe, we take from ourselves. So this can help with that communal aspect, that I'm helping you as I'm helping myself kind of vibe. So that is Sujolite. So I hope that that helps. So awesome. But let me know what else I can do, if anything. Awesome. Yeah, it's been pretty amazing how crystals and Reiki have impacted my life in ways I never expected. It's something, even if it just helps you get through the hard days, that's a lot. Something for mental focus. And yeah, Ingrid, if you have any specific intentions that you want me to help with, let me know. But I think what you mentioned here, like that you're learning about all of this stuff, I think pre-night can help. Pre-night can help hold a space for teaching of spiritual practices, spiritual techniques, spiritual awareness, understanding. So it helps with the teaching, but also the learning. Lovely too for aiding meditation. It helps to stop a wandering mind so you can be more present in your meditations. It's lovely for things like lucid dreaming, divination, any kind of intuitive practice. And it's lovely for anemia, gout, the kidneys, and bladder. But it's also helpful for boundaries, especially refusing unfair demands. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in pre-night for you. I hope this helps with your learning. And let me know if there's anything else I can do. And that also supports Mary's request around learning. Mental focus, I think we might have all of our mental focus stones in there, but let's see. Let's see what else we can bring in. I feel like these will kind of support that. So the first is Galena. Galena is lead. Be very careful with this one too. So here's Galena. Galena is really helpful for being centered, grounding yourself, being present. Helps too with reducing inflammation, especially things in the skin like cysts and boils, even acne. It's helpful too for sense of smell as well as the veins in the body. It's also thought helpful for mental emotional transformation and for winnings of finances and money, as well as having money and items that have been lost or stolen returned to you. Helpful too for any kind of Saturn transits that you might have if you know about your chart. So that is Galena. Okay, so I think that that'll help with like the centered and focused kind of thing. And also even potentially even more helpful is Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond is a double terminated clear quartz from the Herkimer, New York region of the US. This helps with being in the present moment and also helps to harmonize discordant energies. It boosts intuition and our ability to manifest, and it also helps to balance metabolism, general intuition booster, and connection to spirit. So let's go ahead and bring in Herkimer diamond. Helping you to be present can also help with like being present can very much help with mental focus too. Okay, there we go. So that is Herkimer diamond. So I hope that helps, Mary, and I'm looking forward to starting your journey with you. Yeah, spiritual productivity. I love that too. Actually, it makes me think of Chrysocolla. Oh, and little Hattie is sleeping in my lap. Chrysocolla helps us to follow our soul's purpose, and it gives us a lot of encouragement along with the way. It also helps with making decisions, especially decisions that line up best with our higher good. And it's lovely too for finding new ways and new means of creative expression and creative outlet, which can help us in our spiritual journey in so many ways. So that is Chrysocolla. So I think that should help some spiritual productivity too. Dara, welcome in. This week I want to be intentional with my tasks. I want to receive the best results. Awesome. Garnet would be the A number one for that. And that's already here. That definitely helps with kind of that broad thinking of what's the best way to go about doing this and getting it done, getting that follow through together. But there's also another stone that can help. And that is Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye can help with that like expansive mindedness. When you say intentional with your task and receiving the best results, this is one that can help with study, research, like gaining all the information and then figuring out something based on that. It's very much an entrepreneur stone in that way, that like thinking of all the possibilities and then finding the best way forward. Lovely too for big picture thinking, strength, balance, courage, as well as protection spiritually and physically. It's also thought to be protective against especially envy and jealousy. But this can really help with that, like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to go find that information. I'm going to put it together and come up with a plan. And then following through with it for sure. So that can really help, as can Garnet. So Garnet and Tiger Eye for sure. Also, Ruby helps with a lot of like leadership and management. Very empowering. So let me know if there's anything else I can do. I'm so glad you're here. Allie, speaking of jet and animals, how would you use crystals on animals? So there's a lot of ways. One is to really any intention you set, so you can make yourself a crystal grid. You can, something I've done when I've done crystal work for animals is either writing their name on a piece of paper and then putting the crystal on top of it and then kind of giving it Reiki. Or, and you don't have to give it Reiki, you can just put the crystal there. Or you can use a picture of the animal and kind of put the crystals there. Those are my favorite ways, but yeah, usually it's like writing their name and even anything else that's important, folding it up and putting it under that crystal and just holding that space for a few moments. And just, if you don't do Reiki, that's fine. You can always just like take a deep breath and just set the intention that the healing that stone represents helps support the animal that you're working with. Depending on the scenario, it might be okay to put it somewhere near the animal or like part of a collar. Depends on the animal. I mean, I just saw a great picture of a friend of a friend whose German Shepherd really missed them and got separation anxiety, so got into smelling their dirty laundry, which is something animals do when they miss you, and actually ate a good amount of what was in that laundry basket and had to go to the emergency vet and like puke it all up. Fun times. But that's, yeah, sometimes it's not best to leave it where an animal can get it. But you can also, like I said, use a piece of paper and do it kind of remotely, if you will. So let me know if there's anything else I can do to help. Hattie actually picks her crystals that she likes. There's one in particular that she likes. I had a big order from, actually a small order for crystals for us. And I got a free crystal, a clear quartz, in one of those like crunchy kind of crinoline type bags. And as soon as I opened the whole thing, neither cat wanted anything to do with any of it, except Hattie was like, that one, that bag. She has two places she puts it. One in the place in the office where she likes to play, and the other right next to her food bowl. And I can always find it in either place. She puts it where she feels it's going to help her. So yeah, but I hope that helps. Creative Diva, lovely to see you. Protection, joy, favor, and peace. I love it. Let's see. Another stone for protection. So for protection, I'm going to bring in black onyx. This is also helpful for grief too. So this is good for protection spiritually, psychically, and even physically, and just out in the world. It helps with relieving self-doubt and boosting self-confidence, and it's lovely for ancestor connection too. Wonderful too for releasing anxiety as well as fear, which can help you to kind of step into life a little bit more fully. So that is black onyx, but yeah, an excellent stone for grief. Let's go ahead and bring this in. Next one I wanted to bring in for favor and joy. Let's bring in jade. So jade is thought to be a stone of good fortune and also shifting your fortunes for the better. It's also helpful for peace of body, mind, and spirit. Lovely for making your dreams come true and meeting those achievement goals you might have. Helps with resourcefulness, confidence, grounding of stress, prioritizing yourself, and also empowerment, like personal empowerment. So that is jade. But yeah, it's also just all the good you could possibly think of. It's all the good fortune, all the well-being, whether it's relationships, family, career, any aspect of life. So that is jade. And snowflake obsidian. This is lovely for releasing guilt and helping to soothe loneliness. And it also helps with balancing body, mind, and spirit in a really harmonious way. Lovely for calming overstimulation, for inner peace, inner serenity, and also for opening up to hope again after any kind of loss. Lovely too for clairaudience, which is the spiritual guidance that we hear. So that is Snowflake Obsidian. So I hope that that helps. Good to see you, Creative Diva. Lots of love. And Amazonite. Welcome in, Christian. Obsidian is your favorite? I love obsidian. We actually, just a heads up, that I'm in the middle of a big restock on the crystal shop, and I finally got in a whole bunch of really nice mahogany obsidian, so that is back in stock right now. And I got to like play with a big shipment of mahogany obsidian, and it was really nice. So that was a really lovely afternoon. I absolutely love obsidian. I have snowflake obsidian. I also have black obsidian, so let me know. Oh, you're loving Galena lately, Patty? Awesome. Renee Sims, Sugilite is pricey. My piece is that size too. Sugilite is so pricey. It's really hard to find. And there's a lot of fakes out there too. That's one of the stones that's faked quite a bit. That and Carawite, which is another stone that's often found near Sugilite. They're both found in Russia, which is another reason it's kind of expensive right now. And yeah, it is pricey. That piece that I have, I've had for a long time. But yeah, let's do Amazonite and Pyrite. Amazonite is lovely for self-respect and self-care, like taking good care of yourself. If you know someone that tends to be resistant to taking care of themselves because they love to take care of everyone else, Amazonite. Helpful too for the spine as well as the spinal nerves and for general calming and also luck. So this is another stone that if you're looking to have luck in winnings or games of chance, this could be it. I don't gamble, but maybe you do. I'm not judging. It's just not for me. So I don't have it in my budget. You know, it's like how many lottery tickets to how much milk can I buy kind of. I'm way too pragmatic for that. Also, pyrite is lovely for abundance, manifesting financial windfalls. It's fool's gold, and so fool's gold is found near real gold, and it often is thought to help call in the real stuff. Helpful too for opening up your intuition while also having protection where needed. So if it's hard to hold the space of, yes, I want to hear, but only these things, pyrite can help. Lovely too for the lungs, memory, and information recall. So it's very helpful for studying. And it's lovely too for helping the body make the most of a Reiki session. So that is pyrite. Okay. For Goddess of Four, good to see you. Let's see. Angelite. Rose quartz is already in there. And did we add labradorite already? No. Here we go. Labradorite is another stone that can really help sleep. And it's lovely for clairvoyance, our spiritual sight. This can also help with workplace harmony and with discouraging disputes, especially in customer service type situations. Lovely too for research, study, like detailed attention to things, especially if you're looking for like needle in a haystack things, or if you're like, this is a stone that I would often give to a friend who does things like coding or programming, or if I'm doing that kind of work. This helps if I'm like troubleshooting what is wrong where, labradorite. Also wonderful for enjoying travel. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Again, that is labradorite. And angelite, as the name would suggest, very much helps us connect with our angels. This can also help us to feel connected to source and to connect with really high level protection. Helps too with whether you're contacting your spirit guides or your angels. This can really support that. Helps too to improve your experience for any kind of sound healing. So that's angelite. So let's go ahead and bring this in. Let's bring this in. right there and here. There we go. Yeah, mahogany obsidian. Speaking of which, let's throw some in. So mahogany obsidian helps with releasing perfectionism, and it also helps with meeting goals. So if you struggle with the concept of a done something is better than a perfect nothing, if you have a hard time making decisions or moving forward without someone giving you approval or validation, this can be really, really helpful. Lovely too for healing the skin, releasing anger, and even resentment, including resentments that you might not even be aware of. Lovely too for teeth and gums, as well as carpal tunnel. And it helps to bring a lot of vitality and strength, as well as help support us in meeting our goals. So let's bring in mahogany obsidian. There we go. Awesome. Oh, Goddess of Four, you gave some labradorite to your computer programmer son. Yeah, it's a really helpful stone for that. And let's see, I know that Patty had some additional stones. As did Chris. So let's also bring in some azurite. This helps with creativity quite a bit, but it's also helpful for awakening your intuition, and it brings a lot of insight. This can also help you to connect with your guides and to glean wisdom from them through those connections. It helps to dissolve obstacles and energy blocks, really helpful for quieting our mind, especially for spiritual work and meditation. Lovely too for spinal alignment, muscle spasms, and uncontrolled muscle movements like tics. So not the tics that give you Lyme disease, the tics of like a muscle tic, like a movement. Let's also go for some these honey calcite peridot. Oh yes, little Hattie. Peridot helps to boost our friendships. It's a stone of fidelity. It's a stone of supporting our digestion, especially if you have digestive ailments like IBS, Crohn's, even acid reflux. This can be really helpful. Lovely too for releasing guilt, jealousy, and anger, as well as helping to break bad habits. So that is peridot. Honey calcite helps us to attract the best people into our life. Right here and now, that balance with us. This is a stone that helps with balancing the sacral, which is the center of relationships, with our solar plexus, which is our center of self. Helps us to attract, whether it's new neighbors, best friends, new relationships, good people into your life. Also helps postmenopausal women, of which I am one, believe it or not. So that's there. Let's bring in Moonstone. Helps us to connect with the lunar cycles as well as all the rhythms and patterns of nature. It is helpful for connecting in intuition. It's protective of travelers and of women. And it's lovely for learning about older practices of healing as well as spirituality. It's lovely for connecting with the divine feminine as well as attracting love and dealing with divine timing, even and especially when divine timing is not in alignment with your preferred timing, which happens. So that is Moonstone, and I'm just putting it underneath labradorite. Moonstone and labradorite are very connected, geologically speaking. So I love putting them close together. So that's Moonstone. Unakite helps with all of the healing and well-being and support of women at any point in their life, but especially around labor, delivery, prenatal, postpartum, all that good stuff. Also helps with addictions, especially smoking. Helps too with the heart and circulation of body fluids, and it's thought to help stabilize metabolism. So that is Unakite. We'll just push these in here. Opal is wonderful for protection. This was used by many shamanic practitioners to help them essentially remain like cloaked or even invisible to any spiritual entity that might cause them harm in the positive healing work that they're doing. It's also thought to help with abundance. So that is opal. That's fire opal specifically. And, oh yeah, carnelian for Chris. Carnelian helps with the sacral chakra. That's the center of relationships, like broadly speaking, society and the world, but even more to the point, close personal relationships, especially romance. This can help attract love. This helps with fertility and also sexuality, sexual function. It can also be helpful with cold, allergies, and healing wounds, and with attracting love, as I mentioned. So that is carnelian. And we'll also go ahead and bring in peacock ore or chalcopyrite. This can help with executive function. That's high-level planning. That can be really difficult for folks who have ADHD, certain aspects of autism spectrum, PTSD, which is my case. This is very helpful for that. Also really helpful for rebirth and connection with birth and delivery too. So that is chalcopyrite or peacock ore. And we also had a request for healerite. Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Something for the flu. Oh, the baby has it. Oh no. And also something for headache, absolutely. Best one for flu would be moss agate, which is in there. Let's also do something for headache. Rhodochrosite helps headache. Best for headache is pink tourmaline. So not only does this help headache and migraine, but it also helps with every kind of gynecologic everything. Whether it's endometriosis or whether it's hormone related, this can be a helpful stone. Lovely too for neuralgia, spinal injuries, mother-baby bonding, and dispelling a negative self-image. Helpful too for muscle weakness. So that is pink tourmaline. And yeah, moss agate's in there. That helps with viruses, as does desert rose selenite. Helps with viruses too. Oh, feel better. Ugh. All right, so one more stone and then we're getting into the healing. Bear with me just one moment. So Golden Healer Quartz. I'm still looking this one up because I haven't had a chance to really spend time with it, but I'm reading to you from the Crystal Healer, Volume 2 by Philip Permut. And Golden Healer. Let's see. So this is lovely for the ultimate energy flow through all the meridians, and the immune system helps to repair skin damage, especially things like sunburns, abrasions, self-healing, strengthening your energy field, removing energy blocks, releases fear, past hurts, self-judgment, and is particularly good if you feel things that aren't for the likes of you, like if you just don't feel like you fit in anywhere generally. Great for cutting cords with the past, emotional balance, restoring self-esteem, especially after disappointment, and it helps to cleanse, clear, and reboot. Oh, lovely. Heals rooms holding traumatic energy and also helps to balance yin and yang. So that is Golden Healer, or Healerite as it's sometimes called. It gets that golden reddish hue from iron that is within it. So let's do awesome. So that looks good for now. Awesome. So yeah, definitely hope baby gets better soon. And for everybody who's been here before, you know what comes next. So I could use your help in lifting the energy, and it's super simple. All I need you to do is take a deep breath in and out and think of the things that you're grateful for. And then go ahead, click that live chat button and type in all those things that you feel to share in such a public forum anyway. We are all interconnected, so gratitude lifts energy super quick, super powerfully, and it's a way that we can help improve the energy for ourselves and everyone else. While y'all are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and explain what Reiki is, how it works, how to get the most out of your session, and then we're going to dive into the healing. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you to everyone who inspired this beautiful grid. And yeah, let's learn a little bit more about Reiki. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social media and my email newsletter. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki as a term in the West usually has become more of a general term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki. This method was founded by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, during a time where teaching anything that could even be misunderstood as part of a religion, big time consequences. So this particular method is deeply spiritual, yet completely secular. And I've always felt like that's why we love it so much in the Western world. The concept of energy at the foundation of this practice, for that we can best look to Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which it's thought that everyone, everywhere, and everything everywhere is interconnected, and that spirit, in this case, however you define that, supplies this beautiful soul-affirming energy that's thought to be flowing through everyone and everything, everywhere, all the time, even if we're not aware of it. And that this is the energy that helps our body, mind, and spirit bring about healing and resilience on a day-to-day basis. Essentially, what I'll be doing tonight is connecting to that energy that's already a part of all of us and sending more of it to you. Your body, mind, and spirit will then be able to apply them in the way that best supports your greater healing good. During the session, you may have some physical sensations, you may have some emotions rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to logic through some things that have been really challenging or hear your subconscious. spiritually, you may get some clarity, some intuition, some validation. You may also have a beautiful healing nap that is highly encouraged. Your session's probably going to look like the best blend of all of those things that would be best for you today, here and now. So how do you get the Reiki? Well, the good news is you only have to be open to it. And by being here, you already are. So all you need to do is just be. You don't have to do anything. Generally, I recommend that you find a nice, comfy place to sit or lay down. You can close your eyes and just allow yourself to experience. You can also go ahead and use this time really any way that you want. If you want to journal or do some yoga or some stretches, if you want to get creative, make some music, throw some cards down for yourself. There's no wrong way to enjoy this time. And just understand too that you don't have to force your mind to focus on anything. You don't have to force your mind to be quiet. However you show up, the Reiki will support you. And if at any point in time you feel like you get distracted or you want to go a little deeper, just take a deep breath in and out. You'll slowly sink back into the session. This session will continue on for 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move slowly and gently from one color to the next. At no point will they flash or strobe, and I'll turn the music up. If you enjoy the soundtrack, definitely check the link at the bottom of the description. That's for the Relaxation Works, and that's for the person who created this beautiful music that I'm able to purchase to play during our stream. So thank you to everyone who's been able to contribute at all in any way. And honestly, being kind to each other and being so supportive of each other in the chat, that is an incredible way to support the stream, and thank you. But thank you to everyone for being here, inspiring this grid and helping this to be the best space. I absolutely love doing this. I've been leading this since 2020, started on Zoom. Now we're here on YouTube and we're growing and getting bigger every day. So thank you all so much. I say this all the time, but it really is true. It's an honor and a privilege to share this healing energy with all of you. At the end of that 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll invite you to take a few deep breaths, come back to your body, and at that time, I'll be able to re-engage with you in chat. So ask any questions you might have or share any experiences that you had. I'll be able to chat with you then. Additionally, if you are watching this live here and now, know that I am live 5 times a week, same days, same times, every darn week. The schedule is listed in the description below, but you can also subscribe with your notifications on to get a notification so you don't miss a chance. Additionally, if you ever need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead and check out the past healing live stream playlist. Reiki is not predicated on my human limitations, so I can only be in one place at one time, but Reiki is everywhere all the time. So anytime you need some healing, any of the old recordings, they still have that energy there for you. So it's always available. Enjoy that anytime it resonates. So thank you so much to those of you who are here, and to anyone watching this in the future. I hope you have a lovely session. So let's go ahead, take one big look at that grid, and then get into the healing. Ooh, pretty. Okay, just need to bring in a little balance here. Okay, so let's bring in nice. Let's do let's see. There we go. Awesome. Well done, everyone. Let's see. And let's go ahead and put this here so we can see a little bit better. Oh yeah, that works. Thank you all so much. I absolutely love being here. Enjoy your sessions. I'll call you back in about 25 minutes, and thank you. welcome you now to come on back. Let Hattie's purrs call you back. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, thank you, Hattie. Thank you, Hattie. You're a good baby. Yes, you is. You're a good girl. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. Thank you, Hattie. Oh, I hope you have a beautiful week ahead. My next stream will be Tuesday at 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. For those of you outside the U.S., and even for those of you within it, just a reminder, next weekend is where we switch to daylight savings time. We will go ahead 1 hour Sunday night into Monday. So it actually won't impact any of our streams until not this Tuesday, following Tuesday. But just putting that out there. Hey, Heart, I hope you're doing well. Oh, still not still. Good to see you. Oh, Hattie Boo Boo Baby Kitty. I love it. Thank you, Shell Bell. Lots of love to you, Heart. Oh, I'm so glad, Renee. I'm so glad. Yeah, you're being a good little Hattie, aren't you? Yes, you is. Oh, you just want some cuddles? Okay, you got them. Your ears are ringing? Yeah. Sometimes that happens to me too after good energy work. No, there will be a Tuesday session this week. Tuesday session at 8 p.m. is scheduled. All streams are regular scheduled. Nothing's canceled. Just know that not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday will be under the time shift of daylight savings time. So for those of you outside the U.S. especially, might want to know about that. That will be ahead 1 hour, starting 1 week from Tuesday. That's the first stream it'll impact. Yes, Heart, absolutely. I'm so sorry. Somehow we didn't get together Thursday. Yeah, we can absolutely get back on this week. I'm so sorry about that. Catherine, you have a wonderful week too. Yeah, we'll have all of our regular sessions if, everything goes well, barring any major catastrophes. Oh, hi. Oh, you just want a little cuddle? Okay. Yeah, we move ahead 1 hour, 1 week from today, but like in the very late hours kind of thing. Yeah, I have to check. It might actually impact next Sundays. I think it's Saturday into Sunday that we get the spring ahead. I will definitely put it in the community tab to remind everyone. Oh, you're so welcome, Patty. Shell Bell, lots of love to you. You're so welcome, Flower. Oh. Hattie is just getting all the... For them, they feel spoiled if they can feel both of my hands on them, not distracted by a hand on the other cat or my phone. So that's like their bliss, is they get full attention. Yes. You got full undivided attention. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, everyone, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening too, Shell Bell. Have a beautiful week ahead. Awesome. Yeah, right. Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're such a good little bubba. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah, you need some tickles. Okay. Hattie doesn't like being brushed, but we're getting into springtime, and you might have to just get used to it. Yeah, you might have to just get used to it. Because this is a bit much, lady. It's a bit much. You have a good evening, Shell Bell. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude. If you are not signed up for my newsletter, the link is in the description. I highly recommend it. There's going to be the March Crystal of the Month will be getting announced this week, and also huge restock in the crystals. So definitely check those out. A few of them have already been added. So hooray. And this week, starting Wednesday, there's just 1 or 2 seats available for the Reiki 1 class. And the Reiki 2 class is next weekend. There's still room in that too. So there's details at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You can see all my upcoming classes, book a session, a reading, or shop crystals there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, so somebody can go ahead and get some snuggles. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a beautiful week. Take care, and bye for now.